What makes a good hero anyways? Is it because they're a chosen one, or maybe they're super powerful, or they have a skill set that can save the world? It's actually none of these. And if you are relying on these, it might be why your hero feels kind of flat and boring. So today we're going to be taking a look at Project Hail Mary well as a few other stories, and I'm going to give you the secret sauce as to what makes heroes truly compelling. So if you've not seen Project Hail Mary, or if you've not read it yet, I would highly recommend pausing this video and going to watch it first. Personally, I think it is a story that's better enjoyed going in completely blind and knowing nothing about it, but that is entirely up to you. So what makes Grace such a compelling hero? Is it because he has all of the scientific know-how and can figure out how to save the world from black spots, which, side tangent, I appreciate that they didn't come up with like, oh, this crazy name for these little things. They just call them black spots, black dots. I find that funny. But yes, he did have the scientific and technical know-how of how to solve this problem, but that's not what made him a compelling hero. What makes him a compelling hero is his willingness to be heroic. And if you know the story, you know that over the course of the story, Grace is slowly getting his memories back and realizes that he was a coward and ran away from this mission, and he did not want to go on this mission, and he was terrified and was forced into it. So is forcing someone into a situation, would that make them a hero? Also, no, that's not what makes a character a hero. Here is what makes someone a hero, and I heard I believe it was a pastor mention this once while I was at school. And he said, I do not remember who this man was, but it stuck with me for years. And he said there's a critical difference between someone being a hero, a villain, and a victim. And it's not their circumstance. You can have someone go through the same immense tragedy and still become a hero, a villain, or a victim. And here's the difference. A hero is someone who learns from what happened and wants to make sure it doesn't happen to other people, and they do good because of what happened to them. And they do good despite their circumstances. A villain takes what happens to them and fuels it, uses it as fuel to do more harm or to perpetuate. A victim is someone who goes through that same tragedy and sits in it and lets it define them and lets it become their identity. So it doesn't matter what situation your character gets thrown into or not. It doesn't matter who goes through this great tragedy or has this superpowers or is incapable to figure out the MacGuffin and find it. It doesn't matter. What makes a compelling hero is when a character or a person makes a decision to be better, to do better, to help, no matter what they are, no matter what they are capable of. It is the decision that makes a hero compelling. It is not your circumstances. You can throw as much garbage into the path of your main character as you want to, and it won't make their story any more compelling. You can give them the most tragic past, multiply that by 1,000, and it's not going to give you a compelling hero. Compelling characters are characters who choose. Compelling heroes are heroes who make decisions in order to help other people. And that's what makes Grace so compelling, is he doesn't remember that he was a coward and tries to get out of this mission. He doesn't remember that. So that seed of knowing what's right and choosing to do what's right, even though it's hard, is in him. And we get to see that in kind of more of a pure way because of the amnesia, is we get to see the character really blossom into his own instead of being beaten down by all of his past failures. This is something that was really refreshing in Breath of the Wild, in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, is if you look at how Link interacts with people, even like he hums while he's cooking and all of these things, he's a very happy guy. He enjoys things. He's enjoying exploring. You can tell that he has more of an upbeat attitude and a positive outlook on life. But then as you start collecting the memories, you see how stoic and he doesn't allow himself to even talk because of the burden that's on him. His personality is so different compared to who he used to be because he doesn't remember all of those difficulties that were piled on him. Another very compelling hero that I talk about a lot on this channel, I have a video right up here where I talk all about him, is Sam. Sam is nothing special, and that is actually the thumbnail of that video, is Sam is nothing special. He's nothing special. And yet he makes the choice to go with Frodo, to stay with Frodo, and to help Frodo succeed. Frodo is nothing special, except that he makes the choice to take the ring all the way to Mordor. He's not the chosen one. He's not a king, this ancient king coming back to take over his kingdom. He's not this magical elf or a wizard. He is a guy who made a choice to change and to cause change. Another thing that makes Grace such a compelling hero is his relationship with Rocky is really, really cool to see blossom. And his willingness to work with someone that he can't even understand, with someone who he doesn't know the intentions of when he shows up for the first time. It's that willingness to trust and to explore and learn and see the good side in things and see the positive side in things. And that's something that I talk about in the video about personalities, which I'll link right up here, is because Grace's positive outlook on life and that he makes things more fun. It makes the heavy tone of the story more bearable. And I think it also adds a lot to why he's such a compelling hero, is because he sees that there's hope, even if he can talk cynically at times. There's still hope, and he still believes that there's hope, and that's what he goes after. He sees something that he may not even be able to solve, the problems that are on his plate to solve. He doesn't know, but he's willing to try, and that action is what makes him compelling. The willingness to try to take the ring is what makes Frodo and Sam compelling. It's the willingness to make positive change is what will make your hero compelling. It's not their circumstances. It's not their tragic backstory. It doesn't matter what you throw at your characters. What makes a compelling hero is someone, despite all of that, despite what's going on, makes a choice after choice, decision after decision, and they keep going for the betterment of other people. People that they may not even know or remember or ever meet. And if you want more on heroes, check out this video right here.